Okay, so this is a stupid idea for a video, but you know what? I'm stuck in a Longhorn Cafe parking lot and I have like 30 minutes to waste, so why not just play with my twisted imagination? Last time I did this, I replaced the contents of a fire extinguisher with gasoline before quitting my job at Whataburger a couple years back. So there's a lot of people I'd love to play Airsoft with. Like hundreds of people I could imagine, and one of them is probably at the point of avoiding me like an STD. Do all these tweets and messages to Post Malone make me look creepy? There are even other legendary airsofters like Milsim Junkie and Scout the Doggy himself that I wish I could play Airsoft with, but let's go way off the deep end and pick out 5 other YouTubers that I'd love to join forces with in a game, or go head to head against. Now I've got to say this, I am no Jake Paul, and my influence on YouTube is pretty meh. I still thought it was pretty weird to see him of all people do an Airsoft Royale game with a few of his friends, and despite knowing all the ridiculous stuff that he's pulled, including that time that he put together a fundraiser at a Walmart near my place, which ended with him leaving and kids running across 45-mile-an-hour traffic to chase him, I thought that video would bring in a lot of new players just because, well, Jake Paul did it. I can already see one of my choices on this list taking this as a real challenge and putting money on the line to prove he could demo me. But I guess I'll mention him now. I'd actually really want to play Airsoft with Mr. Beast if I got the chance. The guy who put together the first Airsoft Battle Royale together and put some real cash down to show that he meant business. This guy knows how to run a successful channel, he knows how to use his money like a genius, and how to put a lot of people in their place. He's done a lot of crazy stuff to cleverly donate money, and you can't forget about his recent Airsoft Battle Royale that I was actually very excited to see at the Odd Ones Out's Green Team won with Jaden Animations and Anthony Padilla. I love those guys. Anyway, Mr. Beast would probably want to know what are some of the most ridiculous airsoft guns and how he could use them to make some of the best airsoft content that would make a lot of us supposed airsoft professionals look like trash. More than we do already. He seems like a pretty active and nice guy with a lot of creativity and no limits to what he thinks can be done to make any day into an adventure, so that's why I made him one of my picks. One situation that I could see us putting together would be to open up GI Tactical Texas in Plano and allowing 10 people to pick any item for free in the store as long as it's one thing. Or maybe we'll just buy out the whole store, who knows. Oh, and I'm not putting this list in any order, by the way. I'm literally just listing things as they come into my head. That's probably not a good thing since that kind of stuff leads to me making some of the worst abominations in my kitchen at home. I can't cook, like, at all. Next pick, well, it's the first of my 3 video gamers that I've been watching for years, and I'm going to start off with the most unlikely to happen because I have no plans to visit Scotland at the moment, sadly. Now, how awesome would this scenario be? Playing Airsoft at Section 8, one of the most legendary airsoft fields in the world, with my favorite old school airsofter, Scout the Doggy, and Marleythirteen, who's ready to hit the field as well. I've been watching Gary way before he was having all his videos ripped off by big Facebook groups about how the Modern Warfare 2 Model 1887s were Harrier killing worthy. I was there trying to look for subtitles for sentences like this one that I still can't dissect completely.
This guy just couldn't bear getting blasted after he shot his and me nicking his AC-130, so they got the f*** out of there.
You ever try to guess what the lyrics were for a heavy metal song to later realize you weren't even close? We seem to also have the same love for the Galil, which is nice. There's a lot of other Call of Duty YouTubers that go for crazy record-holding kill streaks or try to ride out the view train from some of their classic gameplay videos from when Force Game Chat had us all belting over some of the most snot-nosed squeakers shouting more racist slurs than Uncle Ruckus as they got pounded into the dirt by some hero going for humiliations only in gun game. And then there's Gary. He's the guy who shares the stories that only OGs remember. A humble man. I like to think that a lot of my guns would have him asking a bunch of questions or asking if he could try them out. This man, or the Scottish Beast, is the kind of guy that knows he can steal your woman, but he's currently stuck looking for a working Xbox 360 controller as these chickens continue to mock him, leading to the conclusion that these chickens are asshole chickens. I remember he actually commented on my last collection video I made years ago, but I'm still here hoping that one day we could actually hit up a field with some of the guns that we loved from when Call of Duty was a game that you tried to lie to your parents that you had diabetes for, so you could just stay home and prestige before any of your friends at school could. I'm not even making that story up. I actually had a diabetic classmate named, I guess I shouldn't say his name. He would actually stay home for as much as 2 weeks to get ahead of everyone else when the newest Call of Duty dropped. And even though he skipped so much school, he was still smart enough to become a pharmacist. And then there's me, who rarely stayed home or called in sick or anything, having people talk sweetly about my naked ass. I just hate the fact that I'd have to break it to Gary that we can't actually get an AC-130 for a game day. Speaking about when Force Game Chat was being all superior and stuff, I'm not the only one here, or at least I hope I'm not the only one here, thinking that Eric of Merc Music screaming violently in full airsoft gear is exactly what we need. I'm talking full GMR inspired kit too. I shouldn't need to explain this pick because Eric's personality has always been a very positive one. Like, I want to actually play the games that he's messing with just because I see him goofing and enjoying himself like how gaming should be. He's never really taken anything in particular too serious, and that's how I've always felt about Airsoft. Take it too serious and play sweaty, and you get made fun of. That's just how the world goes. Funny enough, I think the first videos I ever watched of his were his guitar-related videos. I at one time tried learning guitar. I learned a lot of Rammstein songs, No More Sorrow by Linkin Park, Avenged Sevenfold's Shepherd of Fire, because the Origins opening music video was like 3 3/4 buckets of badass, and I failed miserably to learn Lamb of God riffs. Let's just say I skipped a lot of basic steps to learn guitar. I see Eric being the goofy friend that gets you back into the game because, well, you have nothing better to do anyway. And you'd probably go in a full Naruto cosplay to be as annoying as possible. I'd just be down to put on my hacker disc over my arm with some true pay-to-win mods in the form of these sexy weapons of destruction so we could aimbot all the sweaty nerds. Then, on the other hand, for my fourth pick, I'd want to have one of the most broiest of bro days with Nadeshot. That is damn near the stupidest thing I've ever said in my life. Now listen, I've been watching Nade when he was playing his heart out with Optic. The dude has skills behind the controller, and he's worked with so many people and so many companies that would give me a hyperactive heart attack if I ever got an email from them. This is the kind of guy that would probably watch a couple games, learn how the best players work the field and how they get hit so it won't happen to him. That is if Call of Duty and CSGO tactics work in more Airsoft games than just BQB. It's his energy once again that makes me want to introduce him to the game. He'd probably become a very competitive player, and that's not really a bad thing if done right. I'm picturing a player with some Yeezys on, a Supreme or 100 Thieves windbreaker, and a top shelf cap, HPA's WM4 with colored PTS EPM magazines. And I'm also imagining all the crazy videos that would actually become of this list. Like Nadeshot would probably start it off by dunking his head into a sink filled with cold water, fill his bags with Red Bull before throwing it into his G-Wagon and driving to SC Village. Film everything there, make a compilation of all the good moments like a classic trick shot video, pack everything up, eat somewhere that I can't afford, I get kidnapped, Nadeshot goes home. And then I wake up in an empty swimming pool filled with burnt furniture in it. And yeah, that would be a good day. I really want to see what it's like in the life of a pro gamer. Those guys seem to have it made. Energy drink deals, lucrative multi-million-dollar contracts, fucking real estate on Saturn's ring. Then I guess for my last choice, I'd have to go with my boy, Chills. If you're curious what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. My new music video called Chilly Boys was just released. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. That's never meant to be a diss. My girlfriend and I love watching Chills, and you know what? F it, yeah, I want to play Airsoft with Chills. Oh no, I was just hit. I guess I have to go back to spawn. Let me know down in the comments if you think I hit that guy first. All foot lettuce memes aside, this would be another bro day. Like, let's go play Airsoft, go get some Taco Bell, and then go to Hot Topic at the mall afterwards. Maybe put together a video called 10 Unexplained Bigfoot Sightings / Large Hairy Airsofters with no girlfriends in sight caught on camera. I do wonder if he has a lot of energy though away from the microphone, or if he'd be just dragging his feet the entire time. I really doubt that, but I don't know if he'd be the kind of guy running an M60 into battle like the VC just took out the captain. I don't know. I'm down to take Chills airsofting. Just don't tell me to turn down my Tejano music as we pull up to the field. We just drive down the street flipping west side out of the windows like we're rolling down the street in our 6'4", possibly slightly striking our palms upon the skin of promiscuous human egg producers. Literally, my girlfriend slapped me right after I said that to her. Really, this was just a weird ass video I wrote the script for while in the parking lot of a restaurant, and now my girlfriend Haley's in the car, upsetty spaghetti at that egg joke that I made. So it's time to buy her some ice cream, so I guess I gotta go. I hope you enjoyed this rambling video though, that I'm sure that a lot of people will be ragging on me in the comments for. Some people might respect my choices, but the majority of people will hate my picks. People tell me I should be indulging myself in more respectable content with heavy and meticulous editing. But my thoughts to these thoughts have always been,
So here's my dick.
Anyway, thanks for watching this quick list. Go ahead and tell me what you thought about my picks or who you'd want to see join up in a game or two of Airsoft down below in the comments. And why not slap and spank that like button until it breaks 69,420 likes. And now it's time for a lot of people to start hating me a whole lot because everyone's going to try getting the attention of Mr. Beast, Chills, and Marley13 and so on because of this video. But until they hit me up on Instagram or email, or until Post Malone submits my obsession to put on a charity Airsoft game with him, or until that next video drops from the city of San Antonio, this has been Scott Hollenbeck, and I will be sure to see you all next time.